My name is Dory Zurovicki, and I've been a taxpayer here since 2012. I realize that money's been allocated already this year. Sometimes there are emergency funds available if they're deemed necessary. Sometimes it's about planting a kernel for something that's very important going forward. I'd like to talk to you about an Antisemitism Task Force and an allocation of money for that purpose.
I'm a loud, proud Jew, and there's a lot that's been going on in this town, both overtly and subversively, that needs to be addressed. Point number one, and I have 4 points, so I won't be that long. Number one, as of the most recent 2020 census, just over 27,000 people live in Westport. I don't know what that current figure is. That's the most I could find. It's impossible to fine-tune the number of Jewish residents in Westport proper. However, we know it is a significant percentage because the data indicates the following. Number one, Judaism is the second most populous religion in Westport after Catholicism. Number two, there are at least 7 synagogues in Westport. And 3, Westport is ranked among the Connecticut towns with the largest Jewish populations. So again, it's a 5-year-old study. The response rate was 77%. I'm certain that the numbers are greater and different today. Number 2, twice this year, the town of Westport has invited some overtly anti-Semitic elements into our town using our tax dollars. The first was the annual tradition of June Day, for which I was the coordinator of a silent rally against UN presence. And now the Westport Library Verso Fest decision to highlight the anti-Semitic artist Patti Smith. It seems very tone-deaf and insensitive. There's a significant proportion of the population who find this to be insensitive and wonder why it maybe wasn't vetted or what it was. But basically, we are required to foot the bill for it. So I don't know if it was that the library didn't do its due diligence or what. We know the library receives approximately $6 million plus from the town. Jewish taxpayers in Westport, of which there are many, are really being asked to pay for an anti-Semite to come and participate in a town-sponsored event. I don't know anything about the UN budgeting issue, but again, we all know that the UN is problematic and blatant in their anti-Semitism. Number 4, as you debate and discuss the budget tonight, I, again, am here to ask about planting the kernel for an Antisemitism Task Force. And I'm not asking for it to be lumped into a group that is about all isms. I'm asking for a real acknowledgement of the fact that this is about Jewish civil rights and a town that would never allow any other minority group, and we are a minority group, only 2% of the United States population, to be offended or mistreated without community uproar. So I'm wondering, why is it that the Jews are excluded from this courtesy? According to the ADL, in 2023, anti-Semitic events in the state of Connecticut soared by 170%, with a dramatic spike of 5,204 anti-Semitic acts post-October 7th, reflecting global trends as Jewish communities worldwide faced heightened tensions and hatred in response to those events. In our town, we have witnessed countless recent incidents, including but not limited to Nazi snowmen, swastikas in our school, anti-Semitic chants at Staples High School football games, Ridgefield superfans creating a video depicting an SHS varsity Jewish basketball player chasing a penny to the song Hava Nagila in the background, the ripping down of Jewish hostage posters from various sites around town, flyers spouting anti-Semitic propaganda that were distributed in at least one Westport neighborhood, and anti-Semitic videos circulated among Westport families. And those are just the ones we know about. So again, in support of Jen Tucker, who on October 20th, just days after the massacre, said that hate incidents are on the rise and that leaders like Jen and other leaders around the country are monitoring the trends and communicating with organizations like ADL and local clergy to stand against these incidents. I ask that perhaps the time for monitoring is over and it's the time for doing and for action. Since the Jewish population in Westport is not insignificant to the tax equation, perhaps some of the budget could be spent on increasing awareness and education to combat Jewish hate so that we don't find ourselves in this predicament going forward, where inviting members of the UN and artists who post anti-Semitic hate on their Instagram pages becomes commonplace. This will serve only to divide us as a town. Are these the messages we wish to impart to our children? Because as a town, we are sending this message. Hate has no home here except if it's towards the Jews. Think about it this way. Would Westport invite an artist who posts anti-Black, anti-Hispanic, anti-LGBTQ+, anti-Asian expressions on their Instagram page? I think we all know the answer to that. I know we can do better. We're a great group of people and we're an amazing town, but we need to be more responsible, and that's morally as well as fiscally. So I ask that you consider this request on behalf of all of Jewish Westport. Woo!